Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Dee, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you better be prepared for a week to week and whenever I feel inspired masterclass on all things human behavior and psychology and things that are useful day to day, helpful hints and tips to teach you what behaviors to look out for in other human beings in all realms of your life and what to watch out for, what to avoid, what to engage in, and also to get to know yourself a little bit better and why you do the things you do, make the decisions that you do, but mostly to protect yourself from engaging and getting yourself into situations that aren't so um, aren't so wonderful and to help you navigate the world a little bit more informed with a mastery of knowledge in other people. So, I have achieved this information through massive data collection, through my education and my experience. And today's masterclass is in identifying the 15 best indicators of whether or not he will cheat. Okay? So, let's get into it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're going to cut right through these suckers. So, first one is low empathy. Gentlemen with a low level of empathy for others are more likely to be cheaters than those who are very empathetic, okay? Now, I'm not talking those who have no empathy with just anybody. Well, with particular people. I'm talking about those who just suffer from low empathy. They really can't empathize with other people and they really have a hard time understanding why people feel the way they feel. And they actually get agitated and irritated when you try to explain empathy to them and when you try to explain why something may make you feel the way it makes you feel because they just don't get it, okay? Those gentlemen, they're likely to cheat because they can't imagine how it would impact another person and they just don't care. Okay. The second point is poor emotional regulation. So these are the guys that are love bombing you or they are love bombing you and then ignoring you. And they're playing the narcissistic game of push, pull. But they get, when they're angry, they have tantrums. They have no control, regardless of the situation, regardless of their social environment, regardless of whether it's appropriate or not. And the same goes for when they're affectionate. The love bombing and the continuous complimenting and inappropriate places they're commenting and complimenting you, and it's overkill, and it starts to feel ick, like the ick feeling. When you get that ick feeling, that is somebody who is likely to be a cheater because they're overcompensating for something and they're trying to make you feel that you are safe and secure in their attraction and their commitment to you when really it's just a facade and that's all they're trying to do is make you feel a certain way. They're trying to control your emotions as opposed to demonstrating how they truly feel. The third one is insecure attachment styles. So these are people who are constantly, and this works with women too, constantly needing validation from the partner, a new partner, a partner they've been with for a long time, as to where the relationship stands and to feel secure. Constant need for validation, okay? If they have insecure attachment styles, they're texting you like crazy. They need you to text back. They need to know your location. They need to know everything about where you're going and what you're doing every minute, all the time. Usually, that is an indicator that you should be doing that to them because they are they're projecting their own behavior onto you. So they feel very insecure and they also don't know how to have a healthy attachment to any one person. So they will find other people and anything that catches their eye, anything shiny and sparkly can catch their eye because they don't have a healthy attachment. Okay. The next one is dichotomous thinking. And dichotomous thinking is when men think where it's an all or nothing situation. Everything is black or white. They don't see nuance. They don't appreciate nuance. They don't appreciate circumstances that can change things. And they don't understand how other people's differences in circumstances and situations can impact judgment and decision making and lifestyle and those sort of things. It's either black or it's white. It's all or nothing. It's one way or it's the other way. There's no room for nuance. Those people, they are very inclined to be cheaters more than those who are able to see the in between, to see that there is gray. Not everything is black and white. People who are highly impulsive thinkers. They will make decisions without thinking. They will, again, follow that shiny object. They will, whatever catches their attention at the moment, they won't think it through. They won't think, how will this impact me in the long run or impact my partner or my relationship? They just jump on to whatever catches their attention at the time, whatever turns their head, they're gone. That's the way they are. And impulsivity in other areas of their life can be an indicator that they will behave that way when it comes to relationships and women as well. So that's another indicator. The next one is cheating history. Sorry, a history of cheating. So if they're a cheater, they're a cheater. Cheaters are cheaters, and if they have cheated on people before and lied to them and been dishonest and felt no way about it and had no problem. And even if they're saying now, oh, I feel bad about it or I shouldn't have done it, chances are they're more prone, not to say they will for sure, but, and again, that's the same with all of these. They are more prone to cheat again. Once someone crosses a line once, it's much easier to cross it a second time. And that is with any behavior, okay? But this also applies to a cheating behavior, okay? Lack of accountability. Those individuals who are, as a rule, sorry, my chicken's crying in the background. Stop crying, chicken. You're fine. I'm right here. He's a little dog called Chicken, not a chicken. Lack of accountability. Those who, as a rule, will not take responsibility for their actions. And it's because they don't feel responsible for their actions. They really feel like everybody else is responsible for the poor decisions that they make and their poor and embarrassing behavior. And that is consistent with somebody who is going to happily cheat and then not take accountability for it because they feel zero accountability. They feel like, well, for some reason, it's your fault that they're doing this. They are not accountable for the decision that they're making. They blame it on their circumstances. They blame it on someone who seduced them or somebody who or you who has been ignoring them and not giving them the attention they deserve. No accountability there. Cheater. Watch out for them. The next one is unrealistic expectations. So the ones who have expectations that a relationship, for instance, is perfect all the time. They don't appreciate that relationships go through ebbs and flows. There's ups and downs, and the downs only make the ups that much better. And working through the down parts and the lowest point of relationships are what build your relationship and give it strength and give it resiliency and give you a better bond and better attachment and stronger attachment. Those lows are really important in building a healthy, strong, and resilient relationship. And these people just don't, they have expectations of perfection and they don't want to engage in relationships that have that natural flow of the ups and downs. And you'll see them as runners. They will jump from relationship to relationship to relationship as soon as any sign of a storm shows up or a little thunderstorm. It's the end. They move on to something else, right? Okay. The other one is the opportunities of not getting caught. If they are consistently setting themselves up for opportunities that you wouldn't be able to know whether or not they're cheating, and it's consistent behavior, and you know this and you're aware of it, and you're getting that ick feeling again, because this is a predominant behavior and a predominant social pattern that they seem to engage in. It's probably for a reason, and that's a good indicator that they're more likely to be someone who has the opportunity and who will take the opportunity to cheat, shall it present itself. So another one is peer group and their peer group observation. So if all of their peers, if the guys they hang out with have no respect for their girlfriends or wives, and you hear the stories, you guys talk about it, or you overhear or you see the behaviors. They're bringing their girlfriend over to your house when you know they actually have another girlfriend, or their peer group doesn't really have a strong moral code or moral values and morals and values, and they are cheaters themselves when it comes to life or with relationships and within sexual or intimate relationships, then chances are, if your partner gets along in that group and fits in well, then they share those values and they at least acknowledge them and accept them. And they're certainly not standing out and saying, I don't share these values with you, because you are the epitome. You are the sum of the five closest people in your life. So if those people, though, who are closest to you are cheaters and liars, then you become the sum of that. And if your partner is the sum of that, then he's the sum of that. So next point is diagnose narcissists. And you don't even need a diagnosis. There's enough information online that you can diagnose a narcissist really clean and really easy. They're really not hard to pick out of a crowd of sheep of narcissists. Like, they are it's very identifiable. If you don't know how to identify a narcissist, look it up, Google it. Really simple behaviors, okay? And if they are a narcissist, they will cheat on you. And they will cheat and lie and do anything, because they really have no respect for you as a person, because you do not matter. They matter, and that's it. And their whims matter, and their instant gratification matters, and that's all that matters. Anything long term, anything where they are responsible to somebody else, then it's irrelevant to them because they're narcissists. So look up narcissistic behavior and tendencies. I've made other videos on this, and there's tons of videos online. You can find it. And if you find yourself a narcissist, run, run, run. Okay? The next one is a history of lying. If they lie about stupid shit, like they are lying about things all the time, they're lying about their timelines, where they've been, if they stopped somewhere on the way home from work to see a buddy, but they lie about it. If they've gone after playing ball and they are like going for beers with their buddies and pretending they didn't for no reason, when you really wouldn't give a damn if they go out and have some beers with their buddies, then there's a potential that they're a cheater, because they're lying for absolutely no cause and no reason. And they are making you out to be somebody who you are not, because you wouldn't have a problem with them doing these things and socializing. And they are behaving as if you would, and as if you're controlling, and as if you don't allow them social space and space to navigate the world and have a life independent of their relationship, which everybody needs. Everyone needs their own independence. And to be a good partner and to have a good relationship, you both need to be whole and complete on your own independently, and then you come together and bring a relationship together well. But if they're lying about stupid, insignificant crap all the time, then they're going to lie about the big stuff too. A liar's a liar. And the last one I have is people with low self-esteem. If they have very low self-esteem, then anyone who shows them a little bit of affection and attention is going to make them feel so good about themselves and over the moon that they will absolutely feed right into that. They will eat it up, because they need it from everywhere, from everyone, as many places, as many people as they can get it from. And if another woman were to show them attention, then they're going to eat that up too. So there is a potential that they'll cheat. Now that I'm through the list, I want to impress upon you that any one of these things on their own means nothing. When you start seeing a compilation of these things and these behaviors and tendencies together, and maybe they have 5 or 6 of these, then there's some concern there. And also, having these traits doesn't make you mean they're going to cheat. What this is a list of indicators that someone has the personality traits that could lead them and allow them to become somebody who would be dishonest in an intimate setting and in an intimate relationship, and be a cheater and cheat on you. Doesn't mean they're going to be, doesn't mean they are. It's just indicators and things to watch out for. It just means keep your eyes peeled and don't be fooled. And that is the video. I hope you guys learned something from it and take something from it. Again, subscribe, hit the notification bell so when I do upload, you don't miss it, because whenever I upload, it's always worth your while. I will make all of you masters in day-to-day human psychology and behavior, and you will learn how to navigate and participate in life in a way and with a perspective that you never had before and that you won't get anywhere else. So I hope you enjoyed this and take of it what you will, and be nice in the comments. Don't leave me hate. I will see you soon.